November 10, 2017, 8:46 p.m. EST. Canada's Ethics Commissioner has opened a formal examination into whether Finance Minister Bill Morneau put himself into a conflict of interest by introducing pension legislation while holding 1 million shares in the human resources company his family started. The announcement injects new fuel into a controversy that has dominated Parliament for weeks, as Morneau has been bombarded with questions about why he hadn't divested or placed his Morneau-Chapelle shares into a blind trust following his election in 2015. He sold off the shares in late October, but has insisted he never broke any rules. Both the Conservatives and New Democrats had earlier written to Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner Mary Dawson with concerns over Morneau's personal finances. Late Friday, they released her response that confirmed an investigation. In light of the information provided in your letter as well as the information gathered by my office, I am of the view that I have reasonable grounds to commence an examination under subsection 45(1), and have so informed Minister Morneau, says a letter to the NDP's Nathan Cullen, dated November 10, 2017. A similar letter was sent to Conservative MP Pierre Poilievre. Citing 45(1) of the Conflict of Interest Act means Dawson is examining the matter because of her own information gathered about the incident, not simply because a parliamentarian requested her to. If the Commissioner has reason to believe that a public office holder or former public office holder has contravened this act, the Commissioner may examine the matter on his or her own initiative, the clause says. Poilievre said an investigation was basically inevitable once the facts were out. It's actually really simple. The finance minister owned millions of dollars in shares in a pension administration company, while he introduced a bill on pensions, he said. Pretty cut and dry. Cullen said the Liberals have a lot to answer for, including why they haven't yet committed to closing the ethics loophole that allowed Morneau to hold the shares in the first place. It's stunning, having a sitting finance minister under an ethics investigation, he said. The long-running saga over Morneau's personal finances started in mid-October when his office acknowledged to the Globe and Mail that his Morneau-Chapelle shares had not been put into a blind trust, as had been widely assumed. The opposition parties immediately pointed to the fact Morneau had introduced Bill C-27 in October 2016, legislation which would amend the Pension Benefits Standards Act by allowing federally regulated employers to set up target benefit plans. Morneau-Chapelle had publicly advocated for this change, though recently said in a statement it would not have a material impact on our company. The legislation has not advanced to second reading debate since it was introduced. On October 19, Morneau held a news conference to say he would place all of his assets into a blind trust and divest his Morneau-Chapelle shares. He later met with Dawson to discuss whether more measures were necessary.